Hey, I'm sure you noticed earlier today I re-uploaded my Icy review. That was a mistake. I actually deleted pretty much all my old XSplit videos because it was taking up 400 gigs on my 2 terabyte hard drive. So over almost a fourth of my hard drive is taken up by the videos. I just decided to delete them because I'm not in any danger of getting 3 copyright strikes anytime soon. So what I was going to talk about today is the YouTube algorithm changes. This has been a hot topic for a lot of people, be it both big and small channels. Now, I don't really watch PewDiePie stuff. I'm obviously, I'm probably like 15 years past his demographic for his content. But he talked about it. He's talked about threatening to delete his channel when he reaches 50 million subscribers, which some people have said is entitled, but there's actually a good reason for it. I'm sure you've noticed if you've looked at like the views of people who upload regularly. People like me, Maximilian, people who upload almost every day, at the very least several times a week. The viewership has just tanked for no apparent reason. Apparently, something has changed with YouTube's algorithm. No one knows what it is. Apparently, PewDiePie is trying to get them to speak up about what it is, but I've seen a lot of people talk about this on Twitter. I thought it was just me. I thought it was just isolated to me because I have been under a lot of emotional stress, and it's kind of prevented me from doing a lot of really heavy duty content. I thought that it was just, a lack of interest. Now, I'm not saying that that's not a factor at all. I mean, I haven't really done anything heavy duty in a while. And honestly, there hasn't really been much to do in general since the last Bazaar game came out, and I wasn't able to do stuff like Son of Tomorrow. But it seems like it's happening to everybody. It sets a very dangerous precedent that YouTube can change things like this and not tell people what's going on. Obviously, I'm in a position where I do have a very difficult time affording things. Getting stuff like this month, I want to get the video card and the new capture card and stuff like that, and I'm scrambling for how I'm going to get those funds. I feel like I will need to get the video card at least by January because I would prefer to do the PC version of Berseria if possible, because I know that it will have some nice mods like super sprinting and stuff like that that'll make the playthrough a little faster. Probably make it more feasible for me to do solo runs or tag combo runs in the future too. And it's been a struggle for me. I've noticed that my ad revenue has gone down quite a bit, which is something that many people are concerned about. The people who do make a living on here. I'm lucky enough that I have, I live on disability. I have a secondary source of income that, pays for the brunt of my non-gaming stuff. The Patreon and the fundraisers and stuff that I do is all just for the channel. I use it to get things to better the channel. But the people who do this for a living are understandably panicking right now. If you know anything about ad revenue, this goes for all ads in general, not just YouTube, not just banner ads and flash ads and stuff like that. Just ads in general around this time of the year are at their peak. Like the highest revenue that you'll make is during the holidays, obviously because everyone is trying to push stuff for the holidays. Big TV deals, movies and stuff like that. The new Star Wars movie, all the stuff that's coming out on DVD and things like that. So for people to be seeing decreased revenue at the peak is a big deal. Obviously, once this year is over, the ad revenue is going to go down quite a bit. And for me, I'm lucky. It's kind of a blessing in disguise. My channel has not been doing that well lately because it honestly does not affect me. I might be out an extra 10, 15 bucks or something. Kind of might have to pay a little extra for my XSplit, subscription or PS Plus or whatever game I'm buying. It doesn't really affect me that much, but it's been catastrophic, very, very worrying for the people who do this for a living. For me, it makes me frustrated that YouTube has just changed to this site where they seem to just bend over to people who cheat the system. And if you have people at the top complaining about it, you know that it's a problem. PewDiePie, I'm sure a lot of people. I don't really want to come to the defense of the guy. I don't know him. I only have watched that one video that he put up about this whole issue because it does affect all of us. So even if you don't make content, it will affect you in a way as well, because people will start making less content. I'm sure a lot of people who do gaming content and stuff are probably going to switch to Twitch if they haven't already. People have been on him saying he's entitled because he makes millions, but he said that apparently 2% of the people that watch his, subscribe to him are watching his stuff. Now, obviously, when you have that many people, there's going to be people that, some people may not even be around anymore. People leave the country and stuff like that. Some people don't check very often. People get banned. Obviously, just because you have a high number of subscribers doesn't mean that people are going to watch your stuff. I have like 5,300 something subscribers. I don't expect to get 5,300 views on every single video that I watch. That's not how it works. But something that they've changed with the algorithm has made it a lot harder for people to find new content. Now, I've been around since the beginning. This channel is as old as the site itself. A lot of the stuff that's become popular on here since then was not a thing back then. The only reason I have as many subscribers as I do is because I started back when YouTube had very, very little original content. YouTube was basically a lawless, wasteland. It was like people would just upload full TV shows and movies and soap operas without any repercussions or consequences at all. It wasn't until around the time that Google came in and did the acquisition that people actually started making original content, because at that point you couldn't get by on copyrighted stuff anymore. It just makes me frustrated to see that the people, even the people that they make millions of dollars off of, like the people at the top of the food chain, are reporting drastically reduced views and ad revenue. You think that they would communicate better, because one of the problems is that YouTube is a monopoly, at least for people who do non-gaming stuff. But I think when one of the top people at the food in the YouTube food chain is a gamer, and he's thinking of deleting his channel and probably even moving to Twitch or something, then it's something that needs to be addressed. And it honestly makes me sick that we're not hearing anything about it. I shouldn't have to hear about this from some top of the food chain YouTuber and a bunch of people that are, maybe a little more successful than I am. They should be upfront about what's going on, whether it's intentional or unintentional or not. I'm not really sure what to do at this point. I feel like I love making videos. I love making content. I know that the things that I do are necessary. The big guys that I was just talking about, they're not going to play the stuff that I do. I've said this before, but we need people like me around doing niche content, be it for games or other stuff too. People who interview or review indie movies or books or products or stuff like that. We need that, but at the same time, it does cost money to run these channels, and no matter what you're doing, even if you're just watching indie movies or something, you might need a Netflix subscription. Nothing is free, and for them to be so unclear and vague about what's going on is really insulting to the creators, because the creators are the ones that keep this channel running. They can't really sustain themselves on movie trailers and stuff like that. They need to have creators, and they need to treat them better. Otherwise, they're going to leave. Even if there's not really a big competitor to YouTube, a lot of people may just stop altogether. I'm sure there are lots of people who are making videos that just barely make a living wage. And if this continues, if this misinformation, all these algorithm changes and dishonesty continue, then those people are going to stop creating content too. It really makes me frustrated. It's just how long I've been on here, and I've seen things get worse, and I'm just not sure what to do at this point. But I wanted to let people know you may want to check your subscriptions. Apparently, if you don't watch someone's content, YouTube is just randomly unsubscribing you, which is I find is incredibly shady. It doesn't make sense. It's a catch-22. It's basically if you watch someone's content, you may not get notified of it, and if you don't, you get unsubscribed. And the people like me that upload regularly are getting punished because their stuff is not showing up in the recommended views. Apparently, people have seen really nasty, inappropriate stuff in the thumbnails on the side, and then you click on the video and it's just, normal clickbait. They don't seem to be doing anything about it, and it's putting a lot of people in a difficult spot. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you guys, what would you like to see on my Patreon? I would like to improve my Patreon and try to get it in a better spot so that I can afford things easier. If you have any suggestions, for how I could improve it. If you want to back me and you have a suggestion for how I could improve it, you can go ahead and let me know. I honestly have not updated it in a long time, and I wanted to try to get to that this week while there's not much else going on. But I need some input from you guys if you would like to back me so that I could do the upgrades a little easier. Like I said, even I have noticed a pretty significant decrease in my ad revenue, which is not something that should be happening around this time of the year. You can go ahead and let me know in the comments, and I'll try to pull everything together and try to find a way to make it a little better. Right now, I have about $101, or I think it's like $109 in my Amazon account. I'm actually going to pick up Darius Burst Chronicle Saviors because it's on sale for the cheapest yet. I think it's like 70% off. I'm going to pick that up, and the rest of the money is going to go towards the video card. So maybe in the future, maybe later this month, I'll try to find some way to scrounge up the rest of the cash. As usual, like I do every year, there will be a Christmas giveaway, probably a little bit before Christmas, maybe just next week, so that everyone can come by. I know people travel for the holidays and stuff. I wanted to thank people for the support. I got a few extra Patreon backers a month or two ago, and I was honestly shocked. So I haven't really felt like I've made good content lately because of all the problems I've had with my mental state. At the same time, it has been nice having the routine. The stuff I've been doing outside of the channel and maintaining the channel has really helped with my mental and physical health. So I will definitely continue. At the same time, it's hard to not be discouraged when all this stuff is going on, and even people at the top are seeing massive drops in viewership and revenue. It really makes me consider taking Twitch more seriously, especially now that I have good internet. I can do a solid 2000 bitrate, 60 FPS stream with no problems at all. I will probably put more effort into that in the future. Like I said, the next major projects that I'll be doing for sure is Tales of Berseria, Tokiden 2, and Nier Replicant. Those are the things that I'll be working on, but probably for the rest of the month is just going to be chill stuff. I hope that all this stuff will just blow over and we'll actually get some answers, and it'll actually put people in a position where they can honestly and reliably create content again. Honestly makes me sick that we're seeing people who are honest. I know Gimmer, the guy who runs VG Bootcamp, has been saying the same thing. Like, that guy hasn't swindled anybody. That guy works harder than almost anybody else in the gaming community, and he's been talking about major drops in viewership too. It's really frustrating. It's a frustrating time for all content creators. I hope that there's any answers that will come out anytime soon. If I hear anything, I'll let you guys know. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my links in the description. If you want to help, you can go ahead and look over my Patreon. If you have any ideas for backer rewards that would help, you can go ahead and let me know, and I'll try to work on that later this week. The rest of the month's just going to be chill stuff. I think it's in my best interest that I don't put too much effort into the site right now until we get some answers. I feel like I should not be supporting them with regular, consistent, at least decent quality content almost every day if they're going to be shady and hide stuff from us. Anyway, catch you guys later. Peace.